Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Bo with Designs by Bo, coming to you with another video in the series covering Inkscape tutorials. Um, I've played around with the program for a couple years and learned a few tips and tricks, and I just wanted to show you guys some of the tips and tricks that I use, a non-professional yet I eke out professional results with the things that I've learned. So getting into this video is entitled Crop Images in Inkscape Using the Create Rectangle and Squares tool. And as you can see in the image, I have the rectangle and squares tool circled in red, and that's the tool we're going to be using to do the cropping. And this is a pretty simple yet powerful trick to learn because it saves you time, and you're also basically killing two birds with one stone. You're actually getting your image and you're cropping your image at the same time. And what I mean by that, there's one step that you do and you eliminate doing two separate steps, saving your image and cropping your image. You're doing a crop and a save basically at the same time. So let's just get into this. So guys, first of all, we have an image, and the image, let's see, if we click on the image, we can see at the top it's 290 pixels by 178 currently. So in order to get a decent size, we want at least a full HD size, which is 1980 by 1920 by 1080 pixel image. But our resulting image, we want to have that size. So we want to go up on the pixels to, I'd say roughly in the 4,000 range. So what I usually do to get that, I just click on my image and then hold control and then grab one of these nodes and I drag. And at the time I'm dragging, I'm watching the top of the screen where it shows me the width and height of my image. And I just continue to drag it until it's in the ballpark of where I want, or we could just go here and type in a specific number and then we can set it that way. But I'll just do it. And what I just did, what you guys saw me do, is shrink the screen down, and to do that you just hit control and then scroll down on your mouse wheel, and if you hold control and scroll up, you'll get this zoom in effect. Scroll down to get you the outer effect. So we're going to just scroll down some so that we can drag our image more and get it more into the size we want. And I just continue to just grab, holding control and grabbing and dragging these nodes until we can pretty much get it where we want to. Pretty decent size. We're at 3,000, so that's good enough for now. Now what we want to do is pick the portion of the image that we want to crop out. And I think what I want is, you can have it any shape. You can use the circular tool, and I'll show you guys different ways of doing this, and we'll do a couple of them so that you guys can see how this works and how powerful this is for a one-step process. It'll speed up your workflow when you're doing these type of things, because you don't have to, if it's something basic that you're doing where you just need the thing in the object in the shot and it doesn't have to be traced out or anything, this is a good way to do that. So we'll start with the rectangle tool, and we're going to click on the rectangle tool. What we're going to do is we're going to pick what we want to show in the image, and right now I'm going to show the paws all the way up to the head. So I'll just kind of hold where I want to start and then click the left mouse button and then just drag it down. And this is not perfect right away, and what you have to do to see behind this image, you want to go down to where you see the 0 and the O for opacity, and you want to just go and just drop your opacity. And a lot of times depending on your settings, it'll just go away, and it's at 0. And you can just give a little bit of opacity to it so that you can see exactly where your image is, and then you just take the square and you just put it roughly where you want it. And now that we have the square basically where we want it, what I usually do is take my shape, and then I'll just hit Shift and X. And what that does is that'll put a border, a stroke around your image. Or you can go to the bottom and just add a stroke here at the bottom, very bottom left. But now I have a stroke around my image of a black stroke. And then I usually just hit the X without pressing anything. And what that does is that gives me an empty background. So there's no background. All we have is a square with a stroke. And it's actually in 20% opacity. So we're going to just bump that all the way up to 100% opacity. So now we have our frame around our image, and you can see by doing you can move this so you have a frame but no background blocking it. And now that we have this, the next thing we want to do is just make sure that this selection is clicked in the export PNG. You want to export it to a PNG. Make sure selection is selected, and make sure your square and not the image. If you click on the image is selected. You want to make sure your frame is selected, because what's inside of the frame is what will be saved and cropped automatically. So you just select that, and then you want to just type export, and then you want to export it. You want to save it as a file. We'll just save this as pub. You're going to hit enter, and then you're going to go down to the green check mark export, and you hit that, and now it tells you the size of the image, and the size of your frame is the size of the image you'll end up with. And to see this, now all we have to do is go back to export, and there we see our image. And if we want to look at it, I can just right click and then hit preview, and there we have it. Our picture border is real easy. You have the image, you have your border, and if you don't want a border, guys, you could just do this without a border. Going back, so that was a real easy way to do that. And you can do this also with the circle tool as well. I'll just delete this. We'll take the circle tool. We're going to go click on this create circle, ellipses, and arcs tool. And actually, guys, we'll save that tutorial for another day. But this is the way that you crop images in Inkscape using the Create Rectangle and Squares tool. Thank you for watching another one of the videos. This is Bo with Designs by Bo. Please subscribe to the channel. Help a guy out during these hard times. Hope to see you guys on the next video. Thank you for the support for all of my subscribers. This is a list of my current subscribers, and I want to thank you guys. So to thank you guys for supporting me, I memorialize you in my videos so you'll always exist on my channel. You're always important to me, so you'll always exist to me. Thank you guys for the continual support and for just subscribing and showing just the appreciation for the work that I do. It's not easy making these videos, but it's something that people like me like to do, give a little bit of what we know to some people, because there's times when I'm looking for these same things at times, and I see other people struggling, and then sometimes I come across things that some YouTubers that are in this space do very easily, and I learn from them. And then there's things that they overlook or don't do so easily, and I try to make videos around those things that I see in their comment section where people ask questions about certain things. So I try to fill in gaps where I see a void for information. So I try to do that and try to be helpful to you guys. And it's always appreciative when that comes in the form of a comment or a like or subscribe. So I'm grateful for it all. I don't take any of it or you guys for granted. So thank you all for your support, and we'll see you on the next one. Designs by Bo. Hope you guys help me to grow the channel. Thank you.